Welcome to Eat Online. This video is made by ShadowGirl9.
Hello and welcome to another training video. This one is one I've been meaning to do for a while now, but it's how you can tell what type of guns somebody has on their ship without actually scanning or anything. It's just by right clicking and looking at their ship. So each type of gun will look different on each ship. So if you look here, you can see the guns there. If we swap over to another one, same ship, different guns, you realise that they've changed. This is as close as we can zoom in station, but you get a rough idea of what we're going to go through. So, as we're in the Kestrel, we may as well start off with missiles. So this is a light missile launcher. So these is ideally range. When it decides to load, we'll be able to see what it looks like. Here we go. So, there we go. There we go. You can now see that these are the light missile launchers, ideally for range, and just by looking at somebody's ship and zooming in, you'll be able to see what they are. So for these ones, we've only got, so we can get a good view, here we go, 2 rows of technically missiles, and they're kind of flat and squashed in a way, compared to, say, a rocket launcher, which will be more of the other way around. It'd be slightly thinner and not as clear on the detail, which you'll see in a second. So this one now is a rocket launcher, which is typically close range. There we go. So as you now notice, instead of being 2 rows of missiles and being squashed, it's now kind of slightly thinner going upwards, and you can't really see the holes in them anymore. So that's just kind of not as clear as detail, but what you can from the back. So that one would be a rocket launcher, which is more close range. So let's move on to the next one. We'll go to let's go to a MAR. So this is the beam, which is typically going to be range fit. So beams will tend to have just one kind of cannon, which you'll kind of see in a sec. There we go. So it's only kind of just like one kind of cannon. There's a little cannon. It's kind of thin, a little bit squashed, kind of pointy, a little bit at the end there. So that is a beam one, which is going to be range. Whereas the pulse, which is going to be close range, will kind of have 2 cannons at the end. There we go. So this is now the other one. Here we go. So as you can see, it's now kind of got 2 cannons. So whereas the last one was kind of pointed and only had one kind of cannon, this one's now got 2 cannons. And this one was the pulse. Okay, let's move on. Okay, next we'll do Galente. So Galente, this is a blaster fit. So blasters are typically close range. So blasters, once again, kind of only have kind of one cannon, one hole at the front. They're kind of rectangular. There we go. So it's only kind of got one cannon at the front. It's kind of near enough rectangular as well. So that's what those ones look like. Once again, they're going to be close range. The grey ones, which are going to be kind of range fight, will have 2 cannons at the front. So you can see it slightly already. There we go. So there we go, instead of having that kind of rectangular shape and just being solid at the front, it's got a little gap in between and 2 little cannons. There we go. So this is the real one, which is more for range. Okay, we've got one more to do, which is going to be Mimitar, and that's going to be projectiles. So here we go. Actually, let's start off with the autocannon on. So autocannon is going to be close range. I always find looking at Mimitar guns are fairly easy to tell apart, purely because the Mimitar, or the autocannons, will kind of spin whenever this ship gets out of the way. Here we go. So here we go, we've got the autocannons, we've got 2 little cannons, but if you notice the little end of them spinning, so we know that they're going to be autocannons, which are close range. And then we got one more, which is the next one, which is projectiles, which is going to be typically range. Artillery, that's the one. So from what I remember, artilleries will not spin. There we go. But they've still got the 2 cannons, so they're a little bit harder to tell apart in one perspective, but in the other perspective, if you don't see it spinning, you know they're going to be projectiles. Well, we won't know they're projectiles, we know they're going to be artillery. So we've still got the 2 cannons, but the ends aren't spinning on them as well, so we know that's going to be range. So you can do that, or you can, just by looking at somebody's, there's some fireworks there, just by looking at somebody's ship you can tell kind of what fit they've got. So if you can't see anything, that's either because you've not got a particularly good graphics card, or it just takes a little while to upload. So there we go. If you keep zooming in and in and in, you can then see what guns they've got. So let's go to this hawk. Or not. There you go. So if we go to the Venture, we might not. I was in what? Wonder Retriever. There you go. You can't really see anything, so you know there's not any guns fit to that one. Most likely because it's got strip miners on top, but just so you can get a rough idea of what they kind of look like, and to kind of give you a bit of a more advantage when fighting. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any more questions, do please leave a comment at the bottom.